Welcome to the Elder Scrolls Modding News, a weekly report on the fascinating world of Elder Scrolls modding. In today's episode, we check out a mod that enhances Skyrim's combat, a mod that adds more voice variety to Skyrim. We then test an interesting Birthsigns mod. In the Morrowind world, we check out two quest mods and one mod that overhauls the Morag Tong faction questline. The document with all links is available for your reference, and without further ado, let's get started. Engaging Combat, Keep Combat Dynamic at Higher Levels by MadAborModding adds interesting gameplay mechanics that elevate Skyrim's combat and prevents gameplay from becoming boring as players reach high levels. There are three mechanics here. Armor rating debuff. Anytime the player fails to block or dodge an attack from an NPC wielding a weapon, the player's armor rating is decreased by a percentage of their total armor rating. This percentage decrease compounds with each subsequent unblocked hit to a maximum of 95% decreased armor rating. And then you have the magic resist debuff. If the player is hit by a spell and does not cast a ward, they will lose a proportion of their magic resist. Magic resist decreases to a maximum of 95% reduction. And then we have the proportional bleed damage mechanic. If hit by an unblocked weapon, players take bleed damage proportional to their health. By default, bleeding does 1% of your max health for over 3 seconds. This is a very interesting mod. Let's test it out, shall we? Observe the bottom corner. We have 156 armor with the ward and 66 armor without it. In this case, the ward is behaving as a shield. One hit and you can see the armor rating goes down to -2. And we also suffer bleed damage for 3 seconds.
Think you can take me?
Holy cow, the armor has gone down to -206 and now -447. Oh, -1025. Oh, game over. So you can't just take hits and keep swinging like in vanilla. Every hit you receive is dangerous. You will have to use a shield or you'll have to dodge those attacks and play tactically. Wow, this is a game changer. Let's take a look at mage combat, where getting hit with a spell can be deadly. Okay, magic resistance is 40% now. 30, 25, 15, 10%, 2%, and it won't go below 0 as mentioned in the mod page. But yeah, every spell hit decreases your magic resistance for a few seconds, making mages deadly and dangerous. I guess you have to use a ward to dodge the attacks. What if you are a two-handed player and are playing alone? Wow, combat will become insanely challenging in that case. I see many mods that make the player roll around in third person like Sonic. I can't stand such mods. That is not Skyrim. I may be one of the few people who enjoy Skyrim style first person combat. If you are the same, then consider engaging combat and Anais Valvaran and you are set. What an awesome mod. Outstanding work by MadAborModding. Your mods are awesome. Skyrim Vocal Diversity by spdude adds more voice variety to Skyrim by adding 16 new voice types spread across 127 NPCs. A lot of NPCs in Skyrim share the same voice, and this mod helps reduce that repetition by ensuring that in each town or city, when two NPCs share the same voice, one of them now has a new voice type. The author released a video, so let's watch it together.
Maybe a hardy nord like you doesn't need a cure-all, huh? What about an invisibility potion? These stone cloaks are nothing more than an armed mob. This war won't last much longer. Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good.
If you're looking for Ranmir, he's either passed out in bed or working on winding up that way. Have to, since I can't count on my brother for anything. I do what's necessary so we can get by. Ranmir has no problem drinking himself under the table, so I have to be the one to make ends meet.
A few days ago, Some thieves from Rifted broke in here and stole it. Can you imagine? The only thing of value we had. If you have the guts to head into the Ratway and get my bow back, I'll pay you what I can.
Is something wrong? Is something wrong, he asks? Yes, something is bloody well wrong. Or maybe you missed the demented little man in the jester's garb down by the road. Goes by the name of Cicero. Crazy fool's asked me to fix his broken wagon wheel 5 times. He won't take no for an answer. Why can't he just leave us alone?
Awesome, these voices will add a lot of variety to Skyrim, but I do worry about compatibility issues and patching. The mod author has provided a Sky Patcher version that any mod affecting NPCs such as NPC replacers, AI overhauls, loot modifications won't have issues. But they have also provided a patch for mods that add or edit voice lines, as you can see here. I asked the mod author a question about the patches and they replied, so yeah, patching is very important. Please test the mod and share feedback here or on the mod page. Thank you spdude for an awesome idea. Roleplaying in Skyrim Birthsigns by DrPharmDawg adds 13 Birthsigns, each with unique effects and designed to be useful to any build. These Birthsigns are tied to the constellations where all effects wax and wane as the months change. Strength of the bonuses and penalties will vary depending on the current month compared to the Birthsigns month. So let's test the mod, shall we? Alright, a new mod by DrPharmDawg and I am excited to test it. So once you install the mod, you have an MCM entry, Roleplaying Birthsigns, and we also get this check the stars. Check the stars for the current constellation, days left and current bonuses and penalties. Oh, cool, okay. Roleplaying Birthsigns. Options. Yeah, display everything. Okay, yeah, fine. Reference. Every birth sign has 4 bonuses and 2 penalties, right? The month of the birth sign warrior is last seed. The birth sign effects are at their strongest, right? So let's choose a birth sign. So you have all of these birth signs and pretty interesting game mechanics here. Like for example, apprentice, you have ability to train more times per level and skill books have chance of providing more skill gain. Wow, cool. Spell failure chance and magic resistance. These are the penalties. Yeah, let's go with one birth sign, right? Let's choose a birth sign. Let's go with apprentice. Okay. Save. Alright, once you save, you can't change it again. This is just like old Elder Scrolls games. And since we don't have the mod author's attributes mod, it says not active, but if you have that mod, you will get a bonus to attributes as well. Okay, cool. So this is about the MCM. You can make a selection and then take a look at your bonuses and penalties, alright? In your active effects, you have the apprentice birth sign, your bonuses and the penalty, right? Casting time is decreased, train more each level, and your magic resistance is decreased. Okay, the coolest part about this mod is that the bonuses and penalties vary based on the cycles of the month. So let's see, magic resistance is supposed to be minus 13% to minus 50%. So in our case, it is minus 37% if you look at the bottom left corner. So in this case, in the case of the apprentice, magic resistance is 13% at sun's height and it can be 50% 6 months down the line, right? So in our case, right now it is 37%. Alright, let's test other mechanics. Let's go get some training. Alright, Arcadia shop. So let's try to
Need something? I think I can teach you a thing or two.
do some training. Oh, you can train 10 times. Look at that. Huh. Wow, 10 times. That's insane. Okay. So you're able to train more times per level, 1 to 5. Right, so in this case 5 times. So how come we're able to train 5 more times? I don't understand how we're able to train 5 times more. So okay. Alright, I have 4 skill books. Alchemy skill is 35, okay? Let's see. 36, okay, increased by 1. 38, look at that, it increased by 2. Awesome. 40 increased by 2. Oh, cool. 41, 1. Okay. So it's either increasing by 1 or 2, right? So these 2 mechanics are working. Ability to train more times per level and skill books having a chance to provide more skill gain. These 2 mechanics are working beautifully. This I couldn't test. So cool. Role-playing in Skyrim Birthsigns is an awesome mod. The fact that bonuses and penalties vary depending on the month is a never-before-seen idea for Birthsigns. This feels like the position of the stars can help or hinder your life, just like how star positions and planetary placements tend to influence human affairs and personality in real-life astrology. Incredible! Thank you DrPharmDawg for creating such a unique birth sign mod. I can't wait to test your upcoming Standing Stones mod too! Farm Equipment Assisted Recovery by Enclave Killer 1 adds 4 new quests where you have to hunt down escaped slaves, recover slaves from bandits and outlaws and more. Get employment from a slave owner named Savil Imayan who runs the slave market in Tel Arun. Savil is a vanilla NPC. To start these 4 quests, you have to complete the vanilla runaway slave quest. You can do that, or you can purchase a slave from Savil Imayan, or you can purchase a slave while doing the Lalu or Redoran stronghold quests. So you can install this mod, work for a slave owner and show those slaves who the real boss is. Thank you Enclave Killer 1 for adding quests that aid role-playing as a character sympathetic to slave owners. I guess if you're also role-playing as a Dharma nationalist, then these quests will enhance your playthrough. Vibrant Cities, Brewers and Tailors by Wolfweim adds 8 quests to the Brewers and Tailors and Dyers halls in Vivek City. The mod author says Vivek is a massive city with hundreds of NPCs, yet areas like the St. Dylan and St. Ohm's worker guilds and the Great House cantons are almost devoid of quests. I agree, and we have already showcased the mod author's 3 other quest mods in our channel. So you have the Vibrant Cities, Abbey of St. Dylan, the Glassworkers Hall of St. Dylan, and then the Potters Hall of St. Dylan. In order to start the mod, you will have to meet NPCs from the Tailors and Dyers Hall and the Brewers and Fishmongers Hall at the St. Ohm's Canton. 3 quests are given by Mevure Hlen at the Tailors and Dyers Hall, and 5 are given by Moroni Urvelas at the Brewers and Fishmongers Hall. Thank you Wolfweim for this amazing series which adds a lot of content to Vivek City. Morag Tong Polished by Caeris makes changes to the Morag Tong Guild faction and questline. So you have a unique and rebalanced Black Hands dagger, there's a Morag Tong armor plus diverse equipment, and then you have a new Grandmaster Assassin armor when you reach the Grandmaster rank. And as you can see here, there are lots of fixes in the quest line. We also have new dialogue options when working on the faction quests. The vanilla Morag Tong questline was a very boring questline in my opinion. You just get a target's name and location, there is no background or story around the assassination. You're a mindless tool for some nobles. The quests have zero player agency, choices and opportunity for roleplay. I'm hoping this mod improves on the vanilla experience, and if you have tested this mod, do share your experiences. Thank you Caeris, overhauling an entire faction questline is a lot of work and I look forward to playing as the Morag Tong agent now. Alright guys, we have come to the end of this week's Elder Scrolls modding news. Do share your comments and insights if you have tested these mods. Your experience will help others, and please endorse and support mod authors who give so much to the Elder Scrolls community. Thank you so much for watching, and may the divines watch over you.